In this video we're going to be looking at our range of hut designs. First up is the snug. The snug is very much based on the proportions of the Victorian original, so if Thomas Hardy were to walk in today he would recognise the width, the length, the height as being the proportions of the huts that he were familiar with back in the late 1800s. The interior lining that we use nowadays is poplar, which is brilliant. It's a very flat, knot-free material, and it takes paint really well. When we put a window or a door into the cladding, we then fit a lead tray and then lead flashing around, so it forms a very weather-tight seal. So we often fit a wood burner into our huts, but these days quite a few people are having a cast iron electric radiator instead. The cabin being wider, it does help to make a little bit more room for the bathroom, the shower and the loo and the basin, and also it allows for a longer bed. So a standard double bed is 1.9 metres and a king size double is 2 metres long. So generally the advantage of the cabin is that everything can be a little bit bigger. So one of the best ways to illustrate the difference between the cabin and the snug is that on a snug, the traditional huts had the wheels outside the body. On a cabin, the wheels are underneath the sides. Once the wheels are underneath the sides, in theory, we can go as wide as we want. We have done huts that were 9'6" or even 10 foot wide. One of the iconic features of a shepherd's hut is the curved roof. And as you see here on the snug, the roof curve is quite pronounced. As we went wider, we then also made the roof curve a little shallower, all the while keeping the proportions true to the heritage of the originals. Custom made area is where we do any project that is different or involves more design work, anything unfamiliar. Mark works in our drawing office, which is in a very old living van, and that's where he does the CAD drawings for our customers, and which then get worked up into being working drawings for the hut makers to use. The advantage of a CAD drawing is that they can render the hut in 3D, so everybody gets a really good idea of how everything's laid out and how it will, the bedroom will relate to the kitchen and how that will relate to the bathroom. And unusually for us at the moment, we're working on a back-to-back hut where much larger, this half is the bedroom and bathroom side, and then the other half will have the kitchen, dining and living area. When it's on site, these two halves will be bolted together and it'll have a pitched roof clad in cedar shingles. At the moment, in the custom-made area, we're working on a large hut for the Pig Hotel, which is clad in Canadian barn cladding on the outside, and it's also lined with Canadian barn cladding of a slightly different type. Sometimes we'll even put in cast iron baths and bigger showers, and again, we enjoy rising to the challenge of fitting that kind of detail into a hut. So that covers the three models in our range, the snug, the cabin and the custom made. So if you'd like to know any more, do get in touch and we're happy to work up a design to suit you and a price, and hopefully be building your hut for you very soon.